Hey, welcome back to Betide. In this video, we are going to replicate aiming and firing, and not technically replicate. We are going to make those features in this version of the ALS, that is Advanced Locomotion System. And it is also the ALS version I am using is also replicated. It's ALS version 4 by this YouTuber, and it is available for free on his GitHub. It is a blueprint version of the ALS and can also work, but this video will also work with the community version of ALS, or even the refractored community version. So what we are going to do is we are going to make this system. So we have a rifle selection as usual, but now if we aim, you get into third person and it's procedural. That means we will be using the procedural aiming system which this the cyber LOD made, and also I replicated that in my video. So it's perfectly fine. You can even shoot, and that's also replicated. So yeah, you can see that's perfectly working. And we also have montages playing when we shoot. You can see the vibration. We don't have recoil as of now, but if this video gets a good response, then we will continue this series with recoil, inventory, and a lot of different features. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so before starting, we need two things for the firing thing. Firstly is the animation, and secondly is the muzzle flash and things like that. So we have given you two content folder files in the description. You just need to copy them. The sources are linked in the description, so you can go and check out their channels also, and it would be coming somewhere on the screen also. So yeah, so let's open remnant tutorial and just copy this, go to ALS replicated content and paste this here. Now get back. So we need to import these fpx files. So just go here, create a new folder, name this animations, and just select all and drag them here. In this skeleton, select ALS mannequin skeleton and import all. So now we have the files for them. So the first thing which we need to do is we need to go to our player blueprint. Here is it. And as you know, we need to create a left mouse button key. So as soon as the left mouse button is pressed, we need to get VPI current states. VPI get current states. This will return the current states. You can choose any of the two which show up. And now we need to check if the rotation mode is aiming and the overlay state is rifle. So we now need to check, make a branch, create and boolean, make it equal, make this equal enum to aiming, and overlay state equal, okay, equal to rifle. If this is true, then create a new variable, or let it be, remove this. Create a event timer, set timer by event, and now make this a variable. Name this shoot timer. Set the time to 0.2 for now, and overlapping. Event would be a custom event, shoot weapon. And as you know, now we need to create a custom event, shoot weapon server, and custom event shoot weapon multicast. Now for this, select multicast, and for shoot weapon on server, select run on server, and then from run on server call shoot weapon server. Oops, sorry. Call shoot weapon multicast, and from here you can just call shoot weapon server. Now, if you notice, we cannot make this event replicated. That's why we need a separate event for the server thing. And now one more thing which we need to do is whenever we stop firing, that means we leave the left mouse button, we need to clear and invalidate the timer by handle. Now on shoot weapon multicast, what you need to do is you need to get the skeletal mesh of the hand hold object. And now what you need to do is get socket location and get socket rotation. And on get socket location, you need to name it muzzle, and on socket rotation also you need to name it muzzle. So firstly you will need a spawn sound at location, and the location would be this socket location, and then spawn emitter at location. Location would be this, rotation would be this, scale would be the normal scale, and the sound would be the rifle fire cue, and the emitter should be rifle muzzle flash. Compile and save. Now, so at this moment we don't have a muzzle flash, so we need to go and add that. So go to held objects, update held object, and find your weapon and open this. So now we need to add the muzzle flash to this. So skeletal mesh, right click, add a new, oh, so we have a magazine. No, he adds aim down sights, trigger stock sights. So yeah, we don't have a muzzle point. So right click, create a add socket, rename this as muzzle. Now select this.
Let's make it perfect.
And now the rotation for this should be red, should always be in front. It's like this. So that the fire is in the right direction. That's why we need to do this. So I think this should finish the firing system. Let's just name this fire system multiplayer, and let's play check. I will get a cue, rifle, and aiming. Let's try. Yeah, so you can see it's working perfectly. Now this time, this is the time you want to give it to like fire. If you want to decrease the time, you can make it 0.1. That will increase the firing rate. You can see. So this works perfect. And what you can now do is create a weapon blueprint, and then get the current equipped weapon and get the time, and just promote it to a variable and make it the time you want the rifle to fire in. And one more thing you can do is, for instance, if you don't have a weapon, you are not using this system and you are using custom weapon, then also you can just get the mesh from the custom weapon and get the socket location. Sometimes you will see that you are firing and the mesh is not like, you cannot see the emitter and the sound. So that may be because your weapon is not on the server or multiplayer mode. So what you need to do is either spawn that on a server and then equip it, or you can do is you can make it a variable like this. Let's make one target and name this weapon mesh reference. and pass this here also, and select this mesh reference and give it on the local multiplayer. But if you are running this on a server, this can create issues in future, because for instance, there is a lag between the server and the client communication, so you will notice the firing is going on at a little bit ahead, oh sorry, back in time. So I would suggest just to check if replication is nicely done. So you can see this also works. So let's now get started with the aiming thing. For aiming, firstly, what you need to do is go to your player blueprint and then create a new variable. Name this timeline. Oh, sorry, let's create timeline the normal way. So we'll just get a timeline first. Timeline. Add timeline. And then name this aim down sights time. Now open this, add a track, add a float track, and name this ADS time. Now add a key at 0, 0, and then add another key at 0.3 and 1. Now just press this and this. Now right click this and make it auto, and let it be this one be linear. That is it in the timeline thing. I know the timeline is most boring thing for me, so yeah, that was quick. Now let's create a right mouse button. Oh sorry, we already have a aiming thing, right? Let's open the parent blueprint and player input. We should already have a aim. Yeah, aim action. So let's call this aim action here. Aim action. And on pressed, what you need to do is you need to make a flip-flop. And now here make a custom node. Name this add enable disable. Now make a branch like this and make this enable, and from here call adds enable and disable. So once it will enable the aim down sights, and when again you press the left mouse button, oh sorry, right mouse button, it will disable the aim down sights. You can also do one thing. If for instance you want let me just refresh all nodes, compile and save. So for refresh nodes, yeah, so for instance you want that until you have pressed that time only you want the aim down sights to work, so you can drag this here and drag this here. But I want it to, for testing purposes, I just want it to be till the time I again press it. So now when we have the aim down sights, if this is true, then create a new variable aim down adds enabled. Set this to true here, set this to false here, and then bring your timeline. Oh, where's our timeline?
Alrighty, let me add more.
Okay, so now I have added the aim down sights again, and now if ads is enabled, then just play, and if it is disabled, then just reverse. Now compile and save, and right click this add curve and just make it a variable and make this update. That is what it's required to do here. Now just comment this aim down sights. Now get to your player controller and then press on class defaults, and then this player camera manager class. Press on this search button and open this. So now here we have all the codes for the player controller. Sorry, player camera manager. So now what you need to do is, this camera target is the reference to our base character blueprint. So now just drag this up here, right? Make a cast system, cast to ALS uh, animan character. Now you can use interfaces also, but for this purpose of simplicity, I'm using casting system. And now right click, promote to a variable, name this character reference, and just take this here, compile and save. Directly get ads enabled from here. So if the aim down sights is enabled, then make a branch, get this up here, and if this is true, then leave it, or else false. Now the custom behavior, let's drag them up here. No. Okay, so welcome. Okay, so welcome back to the video. I know there was a pause because this is the maths required for aim down sights. Let me just drag this part up here. You will find the link for this blueprint in the description. So you just need to copy paste, nothing much for you. But let me just tell you what's happening. So basically we are getting the socket location of the weapon, that is the skeletal mesh, that is of the iron side, and then we're doing maths in which I was about to get failed, but yeah. So we are getting the final camera location based on the control rotation and the final camera location rotation, and also the how much we want the camera FOV. Now the important things to note here are this socket location transformation, whatever you want to put the socket name, and also this get world location of the mesh. Now what I think should we do is, we should get socket location of the head. So that would be good. So basically this would be the place from where the camera goes. A camera manager will go from this point to the final point. So let's see if this works. So yeah, something happens, but we don't know what. So we need to fix. Now because we have ads enabled, we need to go back to our animan, and this should only take place if we are in the aiming mode. So let's go to our ALS base character and copy this part here and paste this. So now paste on pressed and on released, and if it is pressed, then just go to flip-flop. Now our weapon has the aim down sights named as ADS, so as you can see. So let's go back to our uh, camera manager and make it ADS. Sorry, my phone is just going. Now let's check rifle, and so yeah, this works very nice. Now you can see eyes are interfering in it, and also there is no. So let's firstly fix first thing, just make a little bit forward. Now this is fine. Also one more thing, this point. So we are taking this aim down sights from sorry, this we are taking it from the head you should make a new socket. Let's create a socket because it will look strange. Open our character and just create a new camera point. Do we have a camera point here? FP camera. So yeah, we can use this mesh. So let's rename this, copy, and now get back to your camera manager and put it here. This is done because if we are taking it head, then it's inside the head, and that's why eyes are coming in. So yeah, now it works. Perfect. Now let's do one more thing. So let's have a little animation play whenever we fire. So let's go to our animation folder and firing rifle. Now, so what you need to now do is right click this animation, create an montage, and just open this. And now on this open, press slot name, and make this hand R. Just save it. Now let's go to our player character blueprint, event graph, and on firing logic, after we spawn the emitter, we just play a montage. Play montage, get the skin mesh from here, and montage is fire this firing rifle. Now this should work. Let's see. We get a weapon. We have aiming. So you can see now the hands are moving. Also, it's working on the third person. You can see the player is moving and is vibrating. So very nice. Okay, one more thing. So as you notice, there is a small issue. So we need to, now we are removing the aiming whenever we leave. So we just need to replace this and make it on A, and on flip-flop B we need to do this, and after that third person we need to do this, and also for the first person. Now let's check. I believe this should work now. We go in aiming, we get back. Okay, as soon as I press. Okay, so it's also taking from the parent class. So let me do one thing. Make it on pressed and make it on released. So you can remove the parent class one and then make it. So yeah, you can see it has a nice animation also. So it works perfect now. Okay, so I broke my mic. Nice. So that is it for this video. Meet you in the next one. I hope this video helps you a bit. And if you want to know more about this logic, which we wrote in the character blueprint, this one, you can check out Cyber LOD's video. So yeah, that is it for this video. Meet you in the next one. Thank you for watching. And yeah, if you are just going, please press on that subscribe button.